One team is reeling, one team is on cloud nine. One team is LSU, one team is Missouri. Now, Missouri has a legit offense with real weapons. I mean, real weapons. Now, coming into the year, Brady Cook, entrenched in the quarterback battle, at one point was booed by his own fans. Well, he's playing amazing and has done a great job. 0 interceptions on the year, 11 touchdowns, throwing the ball downfield and giving his weapons plenty of opportunity to create in the open field. It's one of the best passing offenses in the country. They're currently 15th in the country throwing the football. Luther Burden, who was a 5-star at wide receiver when he got to Missouri, he's really starting to come into his own. You look at his production, he had 375 yards last year. Well, this year he's already got 644. He's excellent in space because so much of what he does is after the catch. I mean, nearly 2/3 of his receiving yards come after the catch. So he is massive. He's had 4 straight games with over 100 yards receiving. So can LSU secondary, which has been a huge issue, slow him down? If they do slow him down, you better account for Theo Weiss, who's coming off a 10-catch breakout performance against Vanderbilt. This is a legit offense that will give you a lot of issues. Missouri has a big advantage in the red zone, too. They almost always, when they get to the red zone, they score. Man, they are one of the best in college football. Meanwhile, LSU has really struggled in red zone defense. They're 119th nationally. So can they get off the field and as the field condenses? That, I think, is a big question. We know LSU has done a little bit better job running the football the last couple of weeks, and Missouri comes into this game as the #1 rush defense in the SEC. They're ranked 8th nationally, 2.5 yards a carry. So they're really good up front defensively. The problem with Missouri's defense is really in the back end, where we think that LSU can probably take advantage of some pass coverage that's just been okay. And we know it's tough to run the football, but LSU doesn't run the football in a real traditional sense. I mean, LSU, they're averaging almost 200 yards a game this year. That's 3rd best in the SEC. But a lot of that naturally comes because of Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is going to be able to create and run and buy time and scramble, and he's going to take off, and he's going to hit some seams. And yeah, they'll have some design stuff for him, but it's really their passing game kind of sets up their rushing game because Jaden Daniels carries such a heavy load for them. Now, Logan Diggs has come on. Some of the other backs are getting better, but it's really Jaden Daniels that they're going to have to bottle up because most of their rushing efficiency is coming because their quarterback tucks it and runs because nothing's open downfield. So Missouri better keep their eyes in the backfield against what is an explosive running threat at quarterback. And then the last thing we need to talk about this was last week an anomaly performance for LSU's defense or a sign of things to come. That was a historically bad performance. 706 yards of offense from Ole Miss. That's the most LSU has ever given up, ever. Now, their offense is doing great. They're averaging 44 points a game, but their defense has been brutal. They're 108th in college football as far as points per game given up. So this one might very well turn into a track meet. I like both offenses an awful lot. I like Missouri's defense better than I like LSU's defense. Shouldn't come as much of a surprise. But I do think that Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas, from a wide receiver tandem, are every bit as good, if not better, than Luther Burden and Theo Weiss. I think Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback overall, even though Brady Cook's played beautifully. I think Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback overall than what Brady Cook has in store for himself as Missouri's quarterback. So, all that being said, I like the over. LSU has gone over the total in 9 consecutive games. It's the longest active streak in the FBS. But I think Missouri pulls the outright upset here. I actually think that their defense is going to cause enough disruption to be able to kind of unsettle the LSU offense, and Missouri ultimately gets it done on their home field. 11 o'clock start there, too, in Como. That should be a little interesting to see whether or not LSU is ready to play coming off of the gut-wrenching performance that last week was.